You know one of life's like greatest achievements? It's gotta be like leaving Asian food that you order in the fridge for like a day and then eating it the day after. I don't know why, I swear it just enhances every possible flavor. Oh, hold up. I've just realized I'm starting this video out by like making you guys watch me just eat food. What am I doing? So I can't really lie, this video was kind of inspired from a video I saw from a YouTuber called Ethan Nesta. It was like, he did this video where instead of asking people for like positive things that they like about him, he asked for the negative ones so he could like react to them, speak about it, and just, I guess, like answer people's responses. And it just kind of made me remember something. Like, I'm not even joking, guys. I've spoken about this to people for years. I've always wanted to just put a post out there, and instead of asking people like, okay, what do you love about what I do? I just want to know, like, what do you not love about what I do? Because I get that, like, I probably do things that they're just kind of annoying. I'm not one of those people that kind of sits and like, oh yeah, I've got this whole thing figured out. Like, I'm not that stupid, guys, though I do have it all figured out. Like, I initially didn't think I was gonna make a video on this, but I thought like, hey, why not? It's always kind of fun to do different videos. We do so much just pure gaming on the channel, so it's nice to do these occasional like vloggy style things where it's like reacting or replying to people's comments. And this one I feel like is gonna be a bit more of a, I guess, a nice one for me personally to check out, because I'm the type of guy that instead of loving praise, I prefer criticism. I like knowing what people don't like about what I do, so I can improve on that more so. A little over a day ago, as of recording this, I pretty much just asked people in my community tab, like, what's the one thing about my content they're not the biggest fan of? Because again, I like hearing stuff like that. I prefer to be told, like, you're crap. This is what I don't like about it. So what we're gonna be doing is just digging through comments, and then I can really read over what you guys feel like when it comes to my content, and I can respond to it. I can maybe even get some realizations as we do this. I actually saved looking at any of the comments for this purpose, so I can look at them live. You guys can really like see what I'm thinking about that, and we can just go from there. And I have no idea what else to do here other than just get going with this. One more thing too, I'm actually gonna censor names because obviously I've asked for people to purposely give me less popular takes. I wanna know what you guys do not like, and I don't wanna be linking names to people who have said, you know, like, I don't like this. I don't want to encourage anyone to go respond to them and just be like hateful because maybe they like it. That's not what the point of this is, guys. It's to have a healthy disagreement. If you don't like what they say or you disagree, then that's cool. That's all it needs to be. It just should end there. We don't need to tell them that you like it. Like, they don't need to hear that. I hate it when you don't finish a series, but I understand that it's usually down to how well the video performs. Aside from that, I really love your content. It can feel common, but also chaotic at times. Yeah, that sounds like a nice blend of what I do. Yeah, series have always kind of been this, I would say, much more touchy thing when it comes to YouTube. If I had it my way, every single thing that I do when it comes to a series, I would go through to the very end with it. Like, whenever I start a series on this channel, it's because it's a game I love, I'm very passionate about, and I want to share that with you guys too. What I would say though is around about sort of maybe 18 months ago, and much more so since this like August thing that went down, I still have no idea what happened. Series just do not really perform that great anymore. As much as I wish they would, I would love to have done 20 parts on Dying Light the Beast. I would love to play that game 100% all the way through, but in this current YouTube climate, that is just not what the algorithm wants no more. And it sucks because I have to say that it's what I want, but I have to respect the fact that like episode 1 might do really good, and then like by episode 5 or 6 in the series, we're like 85% less views. Like I have to be logical here, and that's just like for a real popular series on my channel. Usually the Dying Light stuff was like super good. I remember Dying Light 2, like each of those videos have done like tremendously better than what Dying Light the Beast has. Like things have definitely changed quite severely, I would say, when it comes to series. You definitely can't do them as easy as you once could, yeah, that's kind of it though. And like when you see, you know, you post part 1 of a series, you hope for it to do well, and when it doesn't too good, it's kind of like it kind of gives you the indicator, like, yeah, maybe we can't do this as a series. In that case, if it's going to be 8 to 10 parts, it's like no one will be watching by part 10. And there's also this whole like algorithm crap that always sits in the back of your mind, and people still don't really understand like what's going on now. But there's so many stuff, like I don't know if this is what's happening, but there might be like AI figuring out like the YouTube algorithm recommending people. And I don't know if me posting multiple videos that get like drastically less views will literally destroy my channel in this new climate. So I literally can't risk it no more. So sometimes when you maybe see like 1 part of a series or 2 parts, I just can't continue if the views start to drop off. As much as it sucks, I have to kind of follow what my audience wants to see. And if it drops off significantly, it just has to be a telling sign that maybe I shouldn't do this as a series. I have to sort of be logical here. Also, series take up drastically longer time to record. It's like Dying Light the Beast, I was recording for like 4 hours every episode and about 12 hours editing, versus a standard video which is like maybe 40 minutes to an hour recording and like 6 hours editing. So I have to put like even more effort in to these videos that do worse and worse. and it just kind of sucks, I guess, when I see it like that. Again, it's just what series have always done, that they always drop off over time. But yeah, it's just like, would I rather kind of keep trying to get this series going, not knowing if I'm killing my channel because the algorithm is now changing and AI's taking over, or do I just play it safe and play indie games that I know maybe more people are going to enjoy as a one-off? I like it when the entertainer is their full self. You seem to be held back by the idea that you're in it for the kids, but the kids you entertained are grown up now. You can start treating your gameplay and commentary with more ferocity. What the freak does that? Ferocity? The state or quality of being ferocious. Wait, what? And the people who will stay, and the people who leave will leave. I'm not really sure what they mean by like, you're in it for the kids. Do they mean because I don't cuss? Because that's like the only thing that, you know, kind of makes my channel, like, I guess, more kid-friendly, if it even can be, like, considering the games we play and the things we do in them. Though I do get the part where they're talking about sort of, like, the people I entertained are all grown up now. Like, I get that, you know, I myself have gone from, like, 20 to 31 years old right now, which kind of sucks to say, but, you know, we're all a part of, like, this aging thing, and as we do get older, our interests definitely do shift. I guess if people still feel like maybe I'm the version of myself back then, like, when I was still doing, I guess, content in 2017, it's a valid criticism. I do feel like I have kind of changed over time as a YouTuber, but I also am aware, I'm like, have I changed fully into the person I want to be? Like, what I mean by that is sometimes I know I have old habits that I do kind of want to break, but they're so ingrained in my sort of way of making content that it's really hard to not do them. In some cases, and what I'm referring to is like there might be a specific kind of edit that I might do in my videos. I don't know if that's what they mean, like, am I editing for the kids? I don't know. But for me personally, I'm like, there's edits I do sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm almost doing it for the sake of doing it because I know I've always done it like in the past rather than changing. Maybe I don't want to do a specific type anymore. But I'm just worried, I'm like, but then because people are so used to that and now I'm not doing it now, will those people not want to see this content no more? And like, it's like a mishmash in my brain, I guess. Something that definitely I don't think helps is I don't have enough time to breathe in between content. I've never really had a true break on YouTube. I think I've taken one period of time in like 2020 where I had like 10 days off. That's literally been my record for the like 11 years I've nearly been doing this for right now, which is nuts. There are things though I am trying to slowly like wean into, I guess. I know I gotta make some like bigger changes here and there, but I do also appreciate this as feedback. Like, I don't necessarily agree that I'm held back being in it for the kids. My mind is not like that no more, but I mean, the fact that this comment has 2K likes, there's something here, like there's some relevancy that I should be paying attention to, so I appreciate this comment, so thank you for dropping it. I'd say catering towards little kids for a lot of content that I can tell personally you're forcing yourself to enjoy rather than doing some random thing that all little children are raving about. This is so referring to them as little children, and the little kid just like, bro, yo, what? Again, I'm not really sure what they mean by that. Kind of looking at the spread of my channel, I don't really know what clarifies is like in it for like kids though. Do they mean like this one here or something, and then like the FNAF stuff, which I don't know, I feel like you could be any age and just enjoy that, really. Like, everyone's got a different take when they play games. Do they mean this one here? Because I'm not scrolling down, I'm like, I mean, most of my content is kind of not like that. Did they mean this one here? But this was actually a kind of interesting little game and experience though. There's always a baseline. I always make sure that everything that I'm doing on the channel, I know I'm going to enjoy in some way or another. I wouldn't say I ever force myself to enjoy the content that I post on this channel. There are times when I just don't post videos if I feel that way. Like, many a times there'll be a collab or something that you might see on another channel and then you'll never see it on my channel, and that's just because like maybe I didn't enjoy it the same way I thought I would. I'd actually like more sort of clarification on some of these comments, or like maybe there is something here. I don't really know what they mean by that. Like, what are the kids raving about these days, bro? Like, are they raving about Dying Like the Beast? Like, what's going on? Hold up. Someone here mentioned like Digital Circus as being that thing. Dude, if you watch Digital Circus, you'll realize that is literally like the epitome of not being designed for kids though. You know Adult Swim, right? It's kind of like a series for that, like it's in between like being there and also like, you know, in this childishness, like it's fitting that kind of YouTube medium, I suppose, which is, I think, why people get it so much. Like, there's themes of like alcoholism, like depression, like this crazy stuff, and that if you watch it, you'll probably see it. I've been watching you since elementary school and I'm now in university. That says something to how well you can keep an audience. That's crazy. There's very little you could do to improve, in my opinion, but I do agree with the other people talking about how you end a game series due to video performance. The only thing I've really thought about when it comes to something like this, and because I have also considered, like, you know, it is a shame. Some games I want to see through to the end, and I'm always excited to play the games on my channel, like I say. And then, like, when they don't perform well, I almost tie my emotions and the happiness I feel about playing that game again to the sort of the performance of that video, if that makes sense. I have considered like maybe for some series that I begin, and maybe if there's not interest there, I just straight up do like literal zero editing in them. Like I will do some stuff, but then the main driving force and the thing I gotta focus on when I'm playing it is just like, am I gonna have fun whilst I'm here playing the game, rather than like the whole, you know, the process of editing hours of footage. And I think maybe I could test that with something at some point, because I would be curious to see how people find that. So maybe that's something I will do in the future to maybe even continue series. All right, here we go. I feel like you can rush games a bit, and it can feel like you're not really enjoying them as much as you used to. The slower, less edited videos where you take your time, without a doubt, your best and most charming. Looking back at the old public combo game playthroughs and similar stuff from the, I'm not saying that, are we still gonna get punished for that? Maybe I'm just being nostalgic, but there was this real genuine vibe and feel that came through on camera. As someone who started watching at that point and has been for years now, the vibes all got me watching your channel. Yo, I really appreciate that. That's super cool. I think that's the main point from this. Like, they do mention other things, which I think we've kind of covered as well over the other comments. Maybe there's something to it though. I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I just straight up skip uploads or videos because I see other people get to it first, and I'm just like, well, what's the point in me kind of putting in the effort? People have already seen it. Maybe they're not gonna wanna watch someone else play through it. And I actually skipped out on a couple of public combo horror games because of that. Like, there are people out there with just like amazing personalities that obviously don't have to rely on editing as much, so they can just kind of record, get the stuff out quicker. But I always feel like because I have to spend time really holding back trying to edit stuff, because I'm not gonna lie guys, as like a baseline, and this is something I've never been able to get over, I feel like one of the most boring creators like you could ever sort of watch on this platform. I know that might sound crazy to say, and it feels weird me even thinking opposite of what I always thought myself. So like, it doesn't feel real that someone would think different to that, but the way I've always seen my content, and I've always struggled, but like the major thing when it comes to content creation that has been like one of the hardest hurdles for me, and I've still not gone over that hurdle, is I see my content as having zero value if I don't put the edits into it. So I feel like my commentary and the video itself, the entertainment is like, this is the bar, we're here right now. So the real work begins after, where I gotta do the stuff to then try and make the video entertaining. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I edit longer, less edited stuff, you guys might kind of see this as well, and I've seen comments too, and I feel it, and I get so annoyed at myself. I try my best to not edit videos like that as much. I try so hard. But then when I watch the video back, I get this gut reaction. I literally feel anger at myself, because I'm like, this isn't, like, just shut up. Like, this isn't entertaining. And so then I edit so much. And it's like, I just feel like, I don't know, bro. It's so hard to differentiate between like, what am I doing? Am I doing the good stuff like when I turn the camera on and I'm talking and stuff? Like, what's the entertainment value truly of this channel? Because for me, all of it just goes on the editing, because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh cool, well that gives me the edge. Like what I say, I mean, I just blend into the crowd. Like there's nothing that makes me really unique in that aspect. So I probably still do like way too many edits on stuff that doesn't even need it. And I kind of hinder myself, like I hold myself back on those videos where I'm like, yeah, I'm skipping out on this because it would take too long to edit it or something. When in actuality, I should just try and edit less and then just see how it goes, and just for once, just see the response of how people feel. Maybe I gotta go back to like, what does longer, less edited mean? Like, bro, it's in the name of the series, yet you don't even half the time do it as well as you should. Something funny as well that I've always felt, and it's a very strange and confusing thing for my brain. So when I'm in the editing zone, when I'm editing through a video, I'm in that mindset immediately. It's like boring, 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 do the edits, do the stuff, make it interesting. When I render the videos out, and it's the strangest thing, when I render the videos out and I click play on the video and I watch the edited video loosely through to just be like, okay, have I made mistakes? I don't feel the same. I feel that the video is all right. Does that make sense? Like, that's so crazy, but I think having the project open, I think it's like seeing what I can add to it and just overdoing that sometimes. I feel like in my brain, I can't separate that version of me from like, just watch it for the commentary in the video. Is what you're doing, is that enough? Because immediately my gut reaction is like, no, start doing stuff, do more. That is something I really want to try and like figure out though, and something really interesting that I've actually been trying to do sometimes for edits. I'll finish the edit, the timeline it's all there, all the edits and stuff. Then I go back through it again, and I undo edits. It's so stupid, dude. I know many people have already said this, but I feel like sometimes you're not enjoying the games you play. I feel like you should only play the games you actually want to play yourself. I've also seen this comment, but please play more non-horror games. I feel like the things you play are kind of repetitive after a while. You know, that's actually a valid criticism. It really is. You know, I actually have in a notepad, I have like different categories of Steam that I like to research to figure out what I want to play. But sometimes I look for the funny and, like, you know, less serious stuff, and I don't know what you guys want to see. I think this is probably the issue with playing so much horror. Like, I kind of feel like I get somewhat what people want to see in that regard. Like, obviously some horror stuff doesn't do too good. It is what it is. But I think because I've played non-horror, or I've not played any non-horror stuff for so long, it's, dang, dude, hold on. It's an area of, I guess, my thought process that I doubt much more often. So I wonder how I solve that. Like, I don't really know where to look for these sort of relevant games. Or maybe I just got to go for it. Because there is sort of like a mental jerk reaction, I think, when you look at a game that's like non-horror and it's like, oh, bro, okay, this game would be fun, but are people going to enjoy it? Like, and sometimes you just have to say, like, am I going to enjoy it? Because if the answer is yes, maybe that's all it takes, and I should just kind of do that, play the game, throw it out there, and see what you guys think. So non-horror stuff is actually something I think I'd love to do more of. Obviously, I am a majority horror channel. I've always been that, but I do respect the fact that I probably did play a more wider variety of games maybe a couple of years ago. So it would be nice to try and get back to that, even though the YouTube AI bot is probably gonna, like, punish the crap out of my channel, if it even does that. Like, I don't know. One thing I miss sometimes is a sense of being in the experience with you. Some creators make it feel like you're hanging out with a friend while playing together, whereas your videos often feel like you're watching someone perform for an audience. It's a small thing, but maybe using a slightly more conversational tone could help make the viewer feel like they're right there alongside you instead of just one of your many viewers. It's that what creates a stronger connection with the YouTuber themselves, in my opinion. This is actually a very respectable comment. I like this. Being more sincere and truthful with your audience also helps with this. You don't need to hype most of us up, but I feel like most have been a fan for years and we're older now, and it could be worth a shot to try and grow with your audience. This is very, very, very fair. I think this is the sort of stuff, I'm happy you guys are willing to share this with me. This is really good. I do actually understand, oh, hold up, my camera's gonna die. I really respect people sharing this with me, and maybe, I think there is definitely some truth within this. I do obviously try to keep videos more natural, but I also understand what they're saying here, like, because then every casual moment where it feels like lower in the tone of the video, I'm trying to do up with the edits. I'm maybe trying to do jump cuts more often because I'm like in my head, like, boring, do stuff. So that would probably be the time where instead of doing all the edits, I don't do that. And I let people kind of see this content with me, right? Like, that would be, maybe I kind of have that already to some extent and I'm doing it. But maybe I'm just then disrupting that natural flow. Though I do agree, I feel like I should keep things a bit more natural at points. There's definitely times where I think I hold back what I say, and I don't think I need to, really. Like, I'm just trying to have fun after all. Not everything has to be said like freaking loud and boisterous. You know, we can be chill about it. We can enjoy games like that. Look at people like Queso. Like, I mean, he has his moments, right? We all have our moments, but he also has those lower moments, right? I miss the more non-horror content. I love watching you play Pizza Tower, and thank goodness you're here. And I miss the try not to laugh stuff too. I love watching you play that colony game back in the day that was sort of like Minecraft. Oh, bro, I know that game. Oh, that game was so sick. Colony survival. It was such an interesting little game. It was done well though. Like, it was really good for the time. I had such a good time with this series. I'm seeing a recurring thing here. People do want to see that non-horror stuff. Maybe it is time we start digging into that area a little bit more. Maybe I should not pass up on the things that I see that I'm like, okay, that would be kind of fun though. Maybe it's time to just, instead of passing up, like, we finally give it a shot and see what you guys think more often. My main problem is how oblivious you are sometimes, for lack of a better word. I've watched multiple series of yours where you end up completely skipping instructions and not paying attention, and then you've went on about how difficult it is. You know, guys, I actually think what this is probably due to me being in, like, commentary mode sometimes. So when I'm reading instructions, I'm part aware. I'm like, yeah, the camera's on me. Like, you guys don't want to read instructions forever. So I'm probably trying to skip through it to get to the gameplay more. That's probably something I could, like, easily clean up. I just got to make a better habit of doing that. I think I would enjoy some more low-key stuff, honestly, rather than being super hyper and trying to talk all the time at the cost of overlooking when the game is trying to tell you something. Valid points, kind of backing up a couple of other things here as well. Like, you know, not trying to always be all hyped up. Sometimes, like, maybe the game is just enough, and me adding some additional things in the top corner is like, maybe that's all it really has to be. I like it when YouTubers are chilled out and are speaking to their audience like a one-to-one conversation. Those are the times I connect with the content creator. I'm seeing a pattern here, guys. I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm sure you guys are starting to see it too. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna be loud and annoying all the time. You're too concerned with what people want you to do instead of just doing what you want to do. Even just by asking this question, you're kind of proving my point. You'll never please everyone with every video, but fans like to see you having a good, authentic time with the games. That always makes the videos more enjoyable. Even if I'm not a huge fan of the game you're playing, people watch for you. If it was truly for the game, they would play it themselves or watch another streamer YouTuber. Seeing you talk about how poorly a video is doing makes me sad. I loved when you finished Silent Hill 2, even though it wasn't getting masses numbers, just because you wanted to. And those numbers will continue to grow because people will watch those videos knowing they have a full series to watch. Just be you. People with that horrible 8 to 5 desk jobs want to see you have fun and live vicariously. Oh, bless you, man. That's so sweet. Dang it, comment. You got my eyes tearing up from that one. Like, seriously, that kind of hit hard. You know what else hits hard, bro? I think that's really all I want to be, too. Like, thinking about that comment. That's just kind of it. Just trying to have fun. Just be a bit of an outlet for people to just, you know, after they're done for the day, maybe during, you know, some people, they can watch stuff during their work shifts. Like, just be that distraction from life. Just have a bit of fun for a while. Just, that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be anything more. Like, I don't even, sometimes it's like, I just want to be a voice in the background. Even if people are like, they got their phone, they're watching it for a minute, they put it down, they're like, I don't know, they go in another room, they just got me playing, they're not even listening to me. Like, sometimes just like having even momentary distractions and knowing that maybe even I could tick that box, I think that's literally enough. I don't need anything more. I don't need to be anything more. This is really good. I'm so glad I asked this question. Like, I'm so glad I recorded this video to pass my thoughts. This is so sick. Honestly, not much I dislike about this channel, but this channel saved me through Corey X Kenshin and his constant breaks, Markiplier and his constant breaks. But Ryan, you stay consistent and seem to enjoy what you play, so play what you love and we'll always be there. That's it though, dude. That's it. I get some people have said, like, you know, don't play stuff that you don't enjoy. There's like, there is a baseline. I did say this before. I love everything I play on this channel, guys. Like, obviously there's varying degrees of how much I love it. And if a game's maybe starting to kind of drag on or kind of get, like, it irks me a little bit, we use, no, ick. That's the word, isn't it? We say ick nowadays. Games aren't always going to be perfect from start to finish. Like, there's good concepts and then there's annoying ones in there and maybe my mood drops between. But everything I pick, I make sure I'm going to enjoy it in some way, shape or form. And that's why you see these videos on the channel. At least I personally think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I think consistency is one thing that I've always tried to keep when it comes to my channel. I know people always try and encourage YouTubers to take breaks and stuff like that, but like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, in this current day and age, a break literally, I think it literally kills a YouTube channel. I can't run the risk. Like, a lot of us can't really run the risk of just like dipping for 4 months or something and, you know, getting a break, you know, figuring out things. Like, I feel like if you do that, I could literally throw away everything I've spent like over 10 years building up. And I just want to say, by the way, I hope no one feels sorry for me, because you should not feel sorry for me at all. If I could try and figure out like the best version of the route I would want my life to take, this is it right here. Being able to work 7 days a week on something I really love. Yes, it stresses me out. Yes, it's, you know, this, that, and the other, but this is the dream, right? This is what people dream about. And I realize I am literally living this. So the reason why I don't take breaks is like, yes, obviously the algorithm is kind of stressful and that type of stuff is like, to think about it, kind of, it feels kind of bad. But I also genuinely don't take breaks because I just love what I do. And that's literally the main thing about why I've always been so consistent and why I'm probably going to keep being consistent just for a long time. This is like, I feel like this has been my calling. It's like my main purpose and I'm fine with that, right? I'm chill with that. I'm glad about that. This is kind of a criticism, kind of not. It's not that I personally really find an issue with it, but it feels worth noting. All things considered, I think you're awesome. Just take your jab, let's go. Your commentary feels a little monotone and repetitive. Sometimes it feels like you're just saying things to make commentary instead of adding much to the table. Describing things that the audience can see just to describe them without adding any sort of after opinion or thought. It feels like you tone down a lot of how you actually feel about a game, a story, scenery, to fit a chill criteria. Maybe it's because of the fear of backlash, but what do I know? I'm not a content creator. It feels like you fear to toe the line between chill and too opinionative so much you're nowhere near it. Watching your videos is chill, comfortable, nothing ever drastically changes. Something to leave playing on the computer while I do something else, having your voice in the background noise. That's kind of what I want to be. That's it. All right, this actually tackles something I know I do and I've known I've done for years. And it is, I feel like sometimes people comment like, bro, this guy talks so much. I know I talk so much because again, I'm just in my head. I'm like, well, if I'm quiet for a couple of seconds and I'm just leaving in what I'm doing, people can just get that anyway. You can just go look at a no commentary channel. Like I do, and I think this is like an anxiety thing. It's like I feel like I need to keep always being on the edge. I'm always trying to find the next thing to talk about, when sometimes just like let people see what you're seeing and you don't have to respond to everything. So, and I think that's like something I do want to change sometimes. I feel like I can actually detract from the viewing experience rather than give more. Like too much talking, it's like, well, you're just describing like the very thing we see anyway. You don't need to really say anything about that, which it's good for me to hear that. And these are changes I've literally wanted to make for a very long time. And I feel like this might be kind of the kick in the butt crack to finally, well, you should kick me in the cheek. Why are you going for the hole though? But these are the changes where I should, you know, try and think about just experimenting with. Like, okay, I do it for one video. People are like, you know, it doesn't feel right. I can just change again, right? I treat like every video has to be the same, has to be perfect. Otherwise, like, I don't know, people are just gonna fall off quick. It's like, but people have to experiment. And I feel like I've kind of not allowed myself that experience despite being the person who can literally control that. I dictate how that goes down. I guess if I had to say anything, it'd be to be more of yourself. I'd like to see more of your personality, thoughts, and who you are in your gameplays. I fool you. I'd like to know more of you, your silliness, random thoughts, you playing the kind of games you prefer to play and really enjoying them for us. I think that'd be cool. I think that goes back to just finding like a baseline. Like not every moment in the video has to be the highs. I think sometimes it's good to have a mixture of like, I don't know, like you have your high octane moments and content, but then you've also got to have your kind of downtime. Like when you watch a movie, like an action movie, it's got its kind of down moments, right? Like most of the movie is probably that. Same with a horror movie. It's like, yeah, you got your creepy jump scares, but like what? That takes up a couple of minutes of the show maximum. And then amongst it, you got to have your low parts to just kind of just chill and like experience this world that's going. I feel like I don't allow myself the kind of the freedom to just talk my thoughts. I feel like they're not interesting. I feel like no one's going to be interested. And I think maybe that's something I can correct. Maybe something I can experiment with more in the future. We can just see really what happens there. I hate that your content is so good. It distracts me from important things such as eating food and drinking water. That reminds me. Hydration check. We have grown up! All right. I believe that many of us who watched you as kids are all adults now, and life in general has left us with less time on our hands. You've always been one of my most beloved people on the planet, and the reason I'm pursuing game dev, let's go, dude. But the 1.5 hour mark on your thumbnails are like a hefty price tag that I can no longer afford. Attention span is at its all-time low too. Thus, I'd love to see a 10-20 minute, well-edited video with a clear in-game goal and a red thread for us to follow, condensed from a longer play session where you genuinely have fun and overcome challenges in your way. This is an interesting one because like I've always wanted to provide more for people rather than less. So I think some of these crazy experiences, you can't really condense them down into sort of 10 to 20 minute videos no more. Like if I was to do 10-minute episodes, like we're going through random games, we're splitting those into 3 different videos, right? Like that's kind of what that is right now, because I'm definitely working the most I ever have. I'm putting out the most content I ever have. I do respect how time is limited for people though. Like not everyone can just like put aside like hours to watch something, right? Like people have priorities. They've got their own lives to live. Like, you know, people have jobs and they got to study hard and stuff like that. So I think that one's a hard one really to fill because I don't know obviously how busy people are. Like I feel like that's a very personal issue, and it's not something I mean I could do shorter videos, but also YouTube doesn't promote as much shorter videos anymore. I feel like you kind of get punished for doing less. Best of luck in game dev though. Like that's so sick to hear, honestly. Just do your best. I'm telling you right now, don't you dare. Did you just seriously look at me like that? Lengthy 8-bit Ryan videos are anxiety pills for me. This directly contrasts the other dude like not having time. This is the thing, is like, I can't really like do something that fits everyone, and like that's to be expected because like that's, I guess, how busy someone is not something that's like my problem directly, so I can just make content. I'm not quite sure what I don't like, but I do especially love the videos, especially multiplayer ones where you're more unfiltered and free and just having fun. Yeah, I honestly, I kind of feel that though. It's like when I'm playing with friends, like, you know, we just kind of, we're in it to just make each other laugh, like whilst we're getting stuff done. So I feel like, yeah, I do get that one as well. Like personally, it's something that's definitely truthful. So I respect that one. And again, it goes back to like people have grown up with me, I've grown up too. I think I just need to be a bit more open and accepting of that fact. I think you could set a timetable. Horror Fridays, multiplayer Thursdays, that kind of, oh, okay, oh, that's interesting. You know, that is kind of a good idea. I would love to have some sort of thing that does roll like that, whether it be like once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month or something. It's like having that sort of one thing that you do on a specific day of the week, a specific whatever day of the month. It's like that kind of gives people the urge to want to come back, and it builds that anticipation, right? Hey, maybe I can figure out something that I do with that down the line though, but not a bad idea. Hey guys, I appreciate all of the comments on this. There is like over 2,600 as of like recording this. I obviously can't get through all of them. I tried to make sure I picked out the ones where we had difference of opinions kind of coming through, and I really appreciate people sort of being open to speak this kind of stuff about me. I'm actually going to be reading through all of these like after this video ends, but I just want wanted to answer a couple of these on camera just so you guys could kind of see what I kind of feel, I guess, when it comes to opinions on stuff like that. But yeah, there are things that I definitely want to change with my content. Like, I get it, like, people have grown up, like, and when I say change, I don't mean like it's not going to be like the flip of a switch and I'm a different person, right? I guarantee it will mostly be changes that, like, people won't even notice anyway. Thank you guys for just being open with me, like, being down to share all of these different things. Like, it's so cool hearing from all these different people in different areas of life. Like, I don't know where you guys are in the world, but like, I assume this is just everyone communicating in one little hub and just giving me the information I need. I feel like this was really cool, and I really appreciate people just not being scared to be honest with me and tell me honestly what I need to hear sometimes. This is why I think criticism is good, so long as it's presented in such a way where it's like, you know, not it's like if you positively give someone criticism, like in a sort of calm environment, and just lay the facts down about how you feel, like, you should read that and you should acknowledge that, like, you know, you're never going to be doing something that's right for everyone. And like, I still won't, even after this video is done, but like, I can listen to the broader audience, look at the comments that have lots of thumbs up, and I should take note, like, okay, so there's obviously something here that people want to tell me. And you have to assume that, like, you know, when the thousands like a specific comment, there's a majority agreement or something happening here. I thought this video would be like 20 minutes. Like, okay, obviously not, like, for a start. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy just hearing some thoughts. So like, this is a lot more of a real video. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try and not do any edits at all. In fact, no, you know what? I'm not saying that. I'm gonna try and do pretty much no edits at all for this one. I'm gonna try and challenge myself to keep this video much more bare bones. So it's just like us having a little chat here, and just kind of chilling and discussing little things about comments, right? Like, that's what this video is supposed to be. So that's what it's hopefully gonna be by the time you see this. And yeah, I think that's about it. We kind of covered bases with this one. Again, like, I appreciate you guys being just open to share this with me. It means a lot. Some of the comments, it's been eye-opening. Like, some of these things like kind of really hit home. So I really appreciate that about you guys. So thank you. That's gonna be it for this one though. Like, hopefully you guys still did enjoy this one, whatever kind of video this was. Like, this is, again, it's like that more chill one. You know, we're just kind of shooting the crap, right? Do I say shooting the shit? Wait, did I censor? Hold up. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back for more gaming stuff real soon. I do want to try and implement some cool little changes. Hopefully this will kind of be the motivator to get my butt into gear. Like, you know, it's thinking it's one thing, but then hearing it from you guys too and agreeing, I'm like, okay, well, that makes two of us, right? So maybe there's something right there. But thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll of course see you on the next one.